This is the third month of 2025 and I have a lot of series to cover in this year. So without any further ado, let's start a few series. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Trishita Reads. I am Trishita and in this video I will be starting a few series that have been sitting on my physical TBR since last year and some books I have acquired in this year. And this is I think the best time for me to start reading the series because some of this series as you can see have more than 3 books. So for me to continue reading the series and for me to finish all the series in 2025, this is I think the best time for me to at least start with the series. So in this video, I will be reading 3 books that are the first books in 3 series. And with that note, let's now select the books that I will be reading. We have Playing for Keeps trilogy by Becca Mac here, and Consider Me is in my TBR for the month of March. So I'm definitely going to read this book. Now let's rotate the card and see what books I have on the other side because there are some really amazing books over there. So we have a lot of amazing series here. First of all, we have a duology of You Have Reached Sam by Dustin Thau. Then we have Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. Then we have a few books from the Powerless series by Elsie Silver. Unfortunately, the first book is not with me right now. A friend of mine is shipping that book to me. Even though I am very excited to read this series, I will read this series in a sequence, so I will skip this series as of now. Then we have Abby Jimenez's Part of Your World trilogy, which I am very excited to read. So I'm thinking of starting Part of Your World. So let me take that out from the TBR card. And we have a few series over here. At first, we have Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher, and I have recently ordered the first book in this series. It has been shipped, but it has not arrived to me yet, so unfortunately, I cannot start this series yet. But the series that I am very excited to read is Rena Kent's God of Malice series. So I think I will be going for God of Malice for this video, so let me take that book out. And we also have Keeping 13 and Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. And in this case scenario also, I don't have the other books in the series. And I think this series has the potential for me to just binge read them. So I'll wait to collect all of the books in this series and then I'll start reading them. So I'm not going to start this series in this video. So here are all of the 3 books that I will be reading in this reading vlog. All I know about these books is that this is a sports romance, hockey sports romance to be precise. This is a dark romance and I have heard so many good things about this book. And this book, I have no clue about. People love Abby Jimenez's writing. And with that almost blind note, let's start with this video. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first day of the reading vlog. Today is 1st of March, Saturday, and it is currently around 9 a.m. in the morning. And I will start reading Consider Me by Becca Mac. Very honestly, my excitement to read this book is a little dim because the storyline of this book is similar to Collide and Icebreaker. So obviously, even unconsciously also, I will be comparing this book with the other two. Since I loved reading Collide and Icebreaker was also a decent read for me, I am having expectations from this book, but also I will be trying to find what is different in this book that is being provided, which were not present in Icebreaker and Collide. So wish me luck. Without any further ado, let's start reading this book and let's see what is in this book. Hi guys, welcome to the evening update. It is currently 6:17 or 18 p.m. and I just came back from my walk and I have an update for you. I am currently at page number 174 of Consider Me by Becca Mac and I think I can tell you guys what the story is about. So let's begin. So the main 2 characters of this book are Carter and Olivia. Carter is the captain of a hockey team and he is always in limelight.
He has the reputation of a playboy where almost every single night he sleeps with different women. This is to that extent where this guy has a separate apartment for all of these shenanigans. And obviously, since he is a sports player, every single time he is being spotted by the media, and there is also a competition between girls to sleep with him. But there is one twist, and that is Carter is not looking for any kind of relationships at all. He is just a one night stand kind of guy. He does not even share his phone number with any of these girls he ends up sleeping with. So he is not even looking for any kind of commitments until Olivia enters the scene. Olivia is Carter's teammate's girlfriend's best friend. Long story short, Olivia is best friend of Kara, whose boyfriend is Carter's best friend. Kara already knows the reputation of Carter and how Olivia is completely different from Carter. Olivia never ever does one night stands. She is always looking for real connections. She is always looking for serious connections when it comes to not only people but her love life as well. So, since Kara knows that these two people are poles apart, she made sure that Carter does not meet Olivia in any of the circumstances for 1 year until one unfortunate day both of them meet. And Olivia is obviously attractive, right? So, when Carter sees Olivia, he instantly gets attracted to her. He goes to her, he tries all of his flirty tricks, but nothing works on her because Olivia also knows about Carter's reputation. She does not want to be with a guy who, under any small circumstance, will leave her and go and sleep with some other woman. She is definitely not looking for something like that. And Carter, on the other hand, is shell shocked because she is the only woman who has said no to him for the very first time. Now, this is their journey where Carter is kind of changing for Olivia and thinking that, okay, this can work out for the longer run. Carter is slowly but steadily coming out of his comfort zone where he is trying to not only know Olivia as a person, but also give them both a fair shot, a fair chance. And for that, the main thing he has to do is he has to win the trust of Olivia, which is not an easy task. And on the other hand, Olivia also is very underconfident. She is very insecure, also, you can say, because Carter's reputation and Carter's past can make anyone feel insecure. So, this is their journey of finding what love is. This is their journey of finding loyalty, commitment, of knowing that, okay, if you are liking a person, then you can go forward with your feelings. And trust me, guys, there is a lot of drama that is going on. I am not even halfway through this book, and I can tell you that this book is giving me all of the drama, all of the tea, and I am loving it so far. However, the only thing that I'm not liking in this book so far is Carter's character because he seems to be very superficial, very arrogant, and very egoistic when it comes to representing him as a person. Yes, he is a very good sports person that I understand. That's why he is the captain of the hockey team. But on the other hand, he is also very arrogant for some reason. I mean, I don't understand the fact that nobody has ever said no to this person just because he is famous and everybody is willing to sleep with him seemed a little bit arrogant from his side. I am also loving Kara's and Olivia's friendship in this book, and I am also liking Kara and her boyfriend's love story also. I'm expecting a lot of drama, a lot of confrontations and confessions, and a lot of spice. And I will update you guys after I finish reading this book. Maybe by tomorrow I'll finish reading it. Stay tuned for that. Hi guys, welcome to the second day of the reading challenge, and I have just finished reading Consider Me by Becca Mack, and I am giving this book 3.5 stars. Here's what I liked and disliked about this book. First of all, I really liked Olivia's character. I really liked her friendship with Kara. I also really liked the character transformation that Carter had throughout this whole book. From being a very arrogant, egoistic person, he transformed into a Pookie who is so in love with Olivia, and it was so nice and it was so cute to read about this character transformation. I have no complaints, and I also really liked the friendship that Carter had with his other members of the hockey team. I also really liked Hans's character. I also really liked the dimension that Carter and Olivia had with their respective families. and with each other's families as well. And also, I can say that I liked the romance that slowly but steadily developed between these two. However, I do feel that some people will disagree with me in this case scenario because somehow the love story progressed a little faster compared to other slow burn romances. But I don't have any complaints about that. It felt really organic to me and I really loved it. Now, coming to the things that I did not like in this book and the reason why I have reduced my rating. First of all, there was unnecessary spice in this book. Even though I like reading spicy novels, but this book had unnecessary spicy scenes. The author could have easily removed a few scenes to make the book a little shorter. From the beginning only, there is spice in this book, keeping in mind Carter's past. The author tried to show that he is a playboy, that is understandable. But every single time after a few pages, there is smut, and that did not sit that well with me personally. If you are someone who loves reading spice a lot in books, then definitely you will love this book. And the second thing that I did not like in this book was the last conflict that happened. I do have dicey feelings about this because the outcome of the conflict was really satisfactory. But was that conflict really necessary? I don't think so. The author could have easily ended the story without that conflict being involved. And since the conflict was there, I was expecting some kind of confrontation that did not happen with the particular character who was involved in the conflict apart from the two main characters. I cannot give any spoilers. This is the best way I can say my feelings out there to you guys. So I hope you understand. And I also feel that the ending of this book was dragged a lot. Throughout the whole book, I was not feeling bored till the ending part of the story came. I really wanted this book to be over because the author was just dragging it page after page after page, and obviously there was a lot of smart. In the last 20 pages of this book, there were two spicy scenes. Was it really necessary? No. But was it there? Yes. My conclusion to the spice content in this book is just like elaichi in my biryani. I don't want it, but if elaichi is not present in the biryani, then the flavor will not come out as well. Okay, so I want elaichi in my biryani, but I don't want elaichi to be served in my plate of biryani. I loved it, but I did not like it more than Collide by Balkhabra. The writing style of this author is very, very easy to understand. You can easily dive into the book and you get involved into the world of this book super easily. You get to know the characters very beautifully in this book because the author has given the readers that space to not only know who the characters are, but their past, their present, what they're thinking about, their future also is present in this book, which is absolutely amazing. I really love character driven plots, and this book was a character driven plot story. I am really happy with my read. It's just that I wanted a little less spice. So now that we are done with the first book of this challenge, I am thinking of starting God of Malice by Rina Kent. I am leaving on 4th for a short trip. I don't know whether I should start that book now or should I just go for Abby Evanes's novel. Or should I take God of Malice with me during the trip? But I also know that I won't be able to read much in the trip. I'm confused. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning with a new book. Till then, stay tuned. Bye. Hi guys, I am finally back from my vacation and I am now having post vacation depression, you can say, because I just want to go back. It's life. I have to come back and I have to start working again. It's not a good feeling, but it is what it is. I really enjoyed being there. I really loved living in the countryside and just experience life in a village for a few days. It was very refreshing and I loved it. But since I'm back from the vacation, I thought of starting reading God of Malice by Mira Kent. I am currently at page number 206. It is just that I am taking some time to adjust to the characters of this book because both of the characters, especially Killian, is very problematic and I am just taking time for the transformation in the characters to hit. Till now, it is a very messed up. I don't want to talk about it, and I don't know how much I'll be able to talk about this book in this video. Keeping in mind that I don't want to demonetize this video. Just one tip, if you are not 18 plus, don't read this book. Since I am reading dark romance for the very first time, it is a very weird feeling, you can say, because I have read all the feel good, meet cute romances before, and this is very dark. And I am having second thoughts about this book. Don't know what to feel about it yet, but let's see what happens because I have around 300 pages left to finish this book, almost 400 pages. So let's give this book a try and let's see what happens. I did take this book over there in my vacation, but I was not able to read much because the themes of this book is very dark and I was basically enjoying my time, so I did not want to clash the two. A little bit behind my schedule, but it's fine. I'm just here to read and enjoy reading. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am having a lot of expectations from this book also because I have heard people saying that the character arc is really nice. So let's see what happens. Let's see where the story goes and let's just continue reading this book. And I think I'll see you guys after I finish reading this book because till now, I don't think that I'm in a position to tell you guys what the story is about because I know a little about the main female character, but I don't know much about the main male character and I'm waiting for that. Now I am a little bit skeptical, but I'm also very excited to see where the story is going. I'll see you guys after I finish this book, or if I see a kind of good development, then also I'll update you. Till then, stay tuned and wish me luck. Hi guys, welcome to the evening update. I finished reading this book in the afternoon and a lot of things were going in my mind. That's why I went out for a walk and finally I'm here to discuss this book with you. Let's talk about God of Malice. I have given this book 3 stars because whatever happened in this book was not something that I was expecting from a typical romance novel, but this book was very addictive also. I wanted to know what is going to happen in the next page, and I have to give the author credits for that. The writing style of this author is really nice. The only problem I have from this book is I was expecting change in the characters, but it was not that much. Let me get into the details. So, if you don't know already, this book is a dark romance novel, and the themes in this book are quite uncomfortable and they will push your boundaries. The two main characters of this book are Glendon and Killian. The best way I can describe Killian is he is a predator wrapped in a sophisticated charm who is cold, manipulative, and savage. Glendon somehow, under some circumstance, grabs his attention, and then whatever it was between them starts. Some people might call it a relationship, some people might call it the most disturbing thing out there. It is up to the reader's perspective, but we see a cat and mouse chase of control and basically dictation, and I don't know what to feel about that. I did not see any kind of romance between these two. Glendon was forced to form feelings for this guy because if she didn't, she knew that this guy will not leave her. So she decided to form feelings for him so that her life also becomes easier, his life also becomes easier, and somehow they can come into a conclusion. Yeah. Definitely read the trigger warnings before reading this book because the things that happen in this book is not normal. The characters in this book are not normal, especially the main characters, the friend circle of Killian. They are not normal people. In real life, you won't try to be in their vicinity. You will try to stay a million years away from these people. But when you get to read these kind of books, then you have to be a little more responsible. Please do not read this book or any dark romance book if you are below 18 because I think that your mind is not mature enough to determine what is real and what is not. And apart from that, if you are someone who is okay with reading dark romances, this is definitely a good choice. You will absolutely love reading it. But since it was not in my comfort zone, I was not able to enjoy this book to its fullest. I was at a juxtaposition every single time the main characters were doing something that goes against everything that a person sees in real life, a person feels in real life, and it was really hard for me to just think that okay, this is fiction, I should not think that it is going to happen in real life. But then I went on that spiral where I started thinking that okay, what if these kind of disturbing things were happening in real life and I was just not aware about it, and that really disturbed me. If you ask me, I will not recommend this book to anyone. But if you want to read a dark romance, you can read it. If you want to start reading a dark romance, you can go for The Risk by S.T. Abbey. It was better. I have read that book. It was a lot better. The characters were doing immoral things in that book also, but there was a reason behind it. In this book, the guy is a psychopath. And that is the reason why his parents are also kind of afraid of this guy. And I really thought that the trajectory of this character will change after he realizes that this girl also loves him genuinely. but it did not happen. The character keeps on continuing those things, and the girl gets used to the things that this guy is doing. This guy's core personality is good, and he's just doing the things he is doing because he has faced a few things in childhood, and those things that he has faced in his childhood are also not described in a good way. So, after finishing this book, I am more thirsty to know about why the characters in this book are disturbing. A person can definitely be disturbing. We are seeing a lot of weird things nowadays more because the media or social media is more active and more news are coming out now. So we know that disturbing people are present, but there should be a reason why a person is disturbing, right? I would have really liked if the author had explained why the characters were what they were and why they were doing the things that they were doing. Glyndon was still good in this book. I still think that Glyndon's friend circle was still better, but Killian and his friend circle, including his brother, also were a little bit disturbing. Plus, there is a mafia thing also in this book. I don't see the point why the mafia thing was involved. Maybe in the later parts of the series, I'll get to know why the mafia things were there. Still, I'm not satisfied because I don't know the psychology behind the actions of Killian, and it is kind of not a good feeling. I am okay with reading dark books, I'm okay with reading dark themed books, but give me a reason why this is happening. The author really tried to force this thing that the two main characters are falling in love, the chemistry between them, or basically how the guy was trying to control the girl. It was not love per se. Whatever. If we consider that as romance, then the author has focused more on that, how Killian is slowly and gradually, sometimes forcefully manipulating Glyndon throughout the whole book. But the character arc of Killian is something that I'm really disappointed about, and that is the reason why I have given this book 3 stars. Keeping in mind that there are a lot of disturbing things that happened in this book, it is only the writing style that kept me going. So I do have to give the author credits about it. It's just that if you like dark romance, go for it. If you don't, then don't try. What are people saying in dark romances? Can you tell me again? I just want to move to Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez from tomorrow. I want to read a feel good, meet cute romance because this was a lot. I will just go and take some break. It is currently 7:15 p.m. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning with the update. Till then, stay tuned. Also, please let me know what are your thoughts on dark romance in the comments down below. Hi guys, welcome to the last day of the reading vlog, and I just finished reading Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I seriously needed this book after finishing God of Malice, and I couldn't resist myself from starting Part of Your World in the night yesterday only. So I did that, and this book flew. I mean, I just finished reading this book, and what time is it? It is close to 11 a.m. in the morning, and I never thought that I will end up liking this book this much. Maybe I liked this book more because I read God of Malice before this, and it is always nice to go back to your comfort zone. And Part of Your World is, yes, a part of my comfort zone because this is a very feel good, sweet romance novel. But the amount of drama in this book literally made me sweat, and I literally had to turn the AC on so that I can read the book and not continuously wipe my sweat. Okay, the drama in this book is intense, and I don't feel that I have read a book with this much of drama. And I really loved the experience. I really loved how unpredictable everything was. At some point, I really wanted one of the characters to stand for themselves, but they were not doing it. And then I realized that something is going to happen at the climax of the book that will be a breakthrough thing for that particular character, and that happened. What the fuck was that? So yes, every single page in this book is worth it. Especially the climax is something that I really, really loved. I was this close to shed my tears. The ending was absolutely amazing. I now know why there is so much craze about Abby Jimenez. I now know why people are raving about her this much, and I am so happy to say this that I am jumping into the bandwagon. I am now a big fan of Abby Jimenez. The main female character of this book is Alexis Montgomery, and she is a sophisticated, rich lady where both of her parents are doctors, and she also is a doctor in the city hospital. And the Montgomerys have a legacy. Not only her parents, but her grandparents and their parents before them were doctors. So she is following a legacy. However, she loves doing her job also. And on the other hand, we have the main male character of this book who is complete opposite of her. His name is Daniel Grant. He is a down-to-earth carpenter from a small town. He also is a caretaker of a Airbnb house where people go and stay, and he basically gives them services when it comes to maintaining the property, providing them breakfasts, going way beyond for the tourists, and that is the reason why his place has very good reviews also. But there is a catch. He is not that good in studies. He is not that financially stable as well. So these two people belong from different parts of worlds, and under some circumstances their world collides. Both of them know that nothing is going to happen between them because they are worlds apart, but they also can't stop themselves from falling in love with each other. So we go on a journey with Alexis and Daniel where we see that these two characters are trying to force their feelings down for each other, where they're trying to hide their feelings from themselves only. They know that they love each other, but they also know that if they love each other, there is no future. Especially, a lot is at stake when it comes to Alex's life, and Daniel is also not prepared to leave everything that he has created to go and live with Alexis. At least that's what she thinks. So, this is a beautiful, sweet, swoon-worthy, and a very heartwarming love story between Daniel and Alexis. I am giving this book 4.5 stars. This book was so close to 5 stars, but I am becoming stricter, you guys. I will not be giving 5 stars that easily from now on. So I do think that there are scopes of improvement in this book, but I am also so happy that I finished reading this book. This book is very costly with respect to Indian market. This book alone costed me around 500 rupees. If I compare the number of pages of this book with the amount of money I have paid, it is a very costly book indeed. But every single penny I have spent on this book was absolutely worth it. I do have the other two books and I cannot wait to read them. I cannot wait to continue the series because I have heard that the last book in this trilogy is the one that has stolen people's hearts. So I am waiting for that. And that is the reason why I say that this book has a scope of improvement. Another thing that I really liked about this book was Alexis is older than Daniel, and you never see that becoming a problem in the relationship. They were not even concerned about their age. They were just concerned about how Alex's family will react, or how or what will happen to Daniel if they continue their relationship, what is going to happen, how they will figure things out. That was their concern. Their age was not their concern. I will absolutely recommend this book to you guys. I did a very bad thing. After reading the first book, I went on a vacation, and after that, my mind was just there. It was really hard for me to come back here, but books helped me. And I am finally done with reading the 3 books that I planned to. So these are the 3 books that I planned on reading in this video, and I finished all of these 3. The middle book, that is God of Malice, was a little bit of a challenge for me because this was the first time I read something like this. However, it's okay. I might continue with the series. Let's see what happens. But I really loved Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and Consider Me by Becca Mac was a mid-read for me. It was a mid-read, but I liked it. Also, it feels so nice to start reading 3 series that I was the most excited about. I will definitely be continuing the 3 series, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video because this was a roller coaster ride for me. I read a sports romance, a dark romance, and a meet cute sweet romance. So even if I have read only romances in this week, I have read a diverse range of tropes in this video, and that has really given me an emotional and mental ride, you can say. Do recommend your favorite series in the comments down below. I will try to grab hold of them as soon as possible and start reading them as well. If you have seen the TBR card and if you want me to start reading a series super soon that you have seen on my card, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll give them a priority. And with that note, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you enjoyed watching this video. I will see you guys in the next video with, I think, a reading challenge. Let's see what happens. Till then, turn those pages, enter into a fictional world, and start reading. Bye.